Hey everybody, welcome to the Forbes Factor. It is Forbes Riley, my favorite hour of the week, and I'm very excited. My guest is all the way in Paris tonight, and we're excited to bring her here. So I'm just going to start the show by saying I hate her. I just do. No. I say that because she's tall and beautiful and gets to model, and that's all that I wanted when I was a little girl. I was too short, too fat, and certainly not pretty enough, and I don't hate her at all. I say that just to get your attention. But I used to absolutely collect magazines and dream of looking glamorous. That's one way I grew up. And I have a very funny story. I have a definite thing for top models. And you may remember a woman named Carol Alt, A-L-T. She was one of Scavullo's favorite models. She used to grace the cover of Cosmopolitan, and she was from my hometown in Long Island. And I can tell you every story about her. One of the stories that really impressed me was that when they found her, she had a beautiful face. She was tall enough, but she was about 20 pounds too heavy. And I remember when I went through my dieting phase of being thin, I held that as a role model. And the irony of this is we all know 30 years later now how life really happened. Turns out that her sister ended up being a plus size model because she was heavy. And especially for us, I maybe Long Island, maybe that time of the century when food was very comforting and not maybe not as nutritious back in the 60s and 70s. But I held her in this sense of esteem. And y'all know how much I love manifesting. So this is the craziest story. I'm a massage therapist out in Los Angeles, and one day I get a call, and it's from Carol Alt. And I'm like,
Wow.
huh. And it was for her and her husband then. He was a famous hockey player. And when I was Miss Teenage New York in the Miss Teenage America pageant, I did get some accolades. I was dating a very famous ice hockey player. So that's how we kind of got to know each other. I got to massage her naked. That's all I'm going to say. The story has this crazy fun ending to it. Well, not quite an ending. See, she really was one of those women that I would just look at and go, wow, what a marvel. And a great lifestyle when you're a model. And we're going to find out from our guest how it really is. But she and I, get this, went head to head for a national talk show. And we met at the audition, and it was down to the two of us. There was a beautiful blonde who was one of the hosts, and they were looking for a brunette. And Carol and I were now going opposite each other. And my little brain was so excited to get to hang with her, and also quite excited because I ended up booking the show. And just to recap, guys, I grew up as a very ugly little girl. When I was younger, I had braces for 8 years. I had a piece of metal in my mouth that made me talk like this. I couldn't even talk. I was, oh, wait a quick second. I'm not recording on my own computer. Hang on. I got to make sure that I record this. There you go. And I was overweight. My mom used to feed us a lot. She was an only child from the Ukraine, so I was overweight. I was picked on that for a long time. I'd broken my nose in a bad accident. I had frizzy hair, and I was obsessed with the idea of being pretty. And so when I got this show, I remember giving Carol just a really big hug and thanking her for being, I'm going to start to cry, for thanking her for being my role model, but also for being an inspiration for me to keep going. Because when I got to really know her, all the things that I saw on the outside were so much more beautiful on the inside. She is a raw foodist. She has books out. She's got a deep sense of love and energy in the world. And so being pretty isn't quite all it's cracked up to be. But when you're a little girl from Long Island, that's all you want to be. So I had the chance to meet my guest today at an event where we both ended up winning influencer awards. And again, and can't wait to ask her this question because I still sometimes feel like the ugly, goofy, awkward little girl inside who looks at all the other pretty people and go, wow, wish that was me. And then I look in the mirror and go, knock it off, silly, you look just fine. So without further ado, a beautiful inside and outside model, actress, friend, and just this beautiful human being. Please welcome Zarina Yeva to the stage. Come on up here, my girl.
Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for this beautiful introduction. You are beautiful and gorgeous. So stop it, please.
Isn't that so funny? Let me ask you, when you were growing up, how did you think about your own looks?
Well, I'm kind of the same way because I thought I'm not beautiful at all. I was looking at all these girls who were popular in school, and I was like, oh, I'm not that girl, that kind of girl for sure. And I was, I was born in Kazakhstan and it's Asian country, so I was super tall for everyone. Like I was super, super mega tall, and everyone was making fun of me. So all the kids were, kids can be very like rude, and then they can be very angry like that. So they can be very harsh with words. So I was always called like a I don't know, like ostrich, like an elephant, or like giraffe. I was struggling with my height my whole life, like when I was a kid, of course. And then I understood that this is a huge privilege to be tall, And you're tall also, by the way. How tall are you?
I'm 5'6.5", so not quite as tall as you would think. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". But
Yeah.
on the stage, when I was giving you a award, when I handing you a award, you looked very tall to me. Maybe you were high heels.
No, it is those. And in fact, tall was very important to my family. My dad was 6 foot. My mom was almost 6 foot. My kids are that tall. My ex-husband is 6'6". So,
Wow.
but I just want everyone to hear, I had a little bit of a misguided perception when I was younger, as many of us do, because like you said, not popular and too
Yeah.
tall. At what point did you realize that being tall as a woman was in fact a massive advantage?
Only until later. I think it was probably like in college. I was like, oh my God, this is a cool thing when I became a model and I started modeling, getting all these gigs. And it was my first photo shoot. I was the most highly paid at that time in the whole city. So it was, and then I was like starting getting noticed that, oh my God, being tall is so nice.
Right.
It's amazing. I love that.
What did you want to be when you were little?
A teacher when I was too little, like as little in kindergarten, but then I wanted to be an actress too. So I think, yeah, an actress and the teacher.
And what was life like in Kazakhstan when you were growing up?
So I grew up in a small little tiny town. It's called Taras, and we had a population of 200,000 people. I always joke that I have more followers on Instagram right now. So it's a small little town with probably no ambitions around. Like people were just like normal and simple. The goal of like this the goal would be like to get married, to be a bank worker. Like this would be like that's the whole population is like that. Very simple and nice and sweet, very very family oriented and like that.
And so
Yeah.
how did it start? Someone just took a photo or did someone spot you or how did you start the modeling career?
So I was walking in a park, and the owner of a modeling agency at that time, it was one of the biggest agencies in Kazakhstan. She spotted me. She said, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful and so tall. Would you like to be a model?" And I was like, I never thought of it, but yeah, sure, let's try. That's how it all went.
And
Yeah.
you first got in front of the camera and what happened?
So I first got on in front of the camera, and I really loved it because I love attention. And since I was a kid, I always wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be in the spotlight. It's like, this is my nature. And so I really loved it. And then I booked a job. It was in Russia. It was a campaign for a restaurant, for a Japanese restaurant. It was very highly paid. So yeah, that's how it all started. And then I booked a movie part, and right away. So I booked a commercial campaign, and then I booked a movie part. And then from that, I was like, oh my God, I just remembered my child dreams about being an actress, and it feels so good and I love it. So I went that route.
And what do your parents think of that when you're at that age? Do they support you? Do they not support you?
Well, they did not, because acting and modeling is not very popular in Kazakhstan. It's like not a serious job. Like, oh, if you want to be a serious job, if you want to really have money and stuff, there you should go to bank. You should be like a financial person, or you need to be something more serious than that. So it's a different mentality in there.
And now then they see you on the cover of many magazines, on Vogue, on Elle, and what is the reaction then?
Well, right now, yeah, right now, of course, I proved everyone that it's worth it. That it's a job. It's a serious job. It's not easy at all. That yeah. So it's now they accepted it.
First time you saw yourself on a cover, do you remember the reaction? What you felt?
Sure. Yes. So I'm a big manifester like you. So I love manifesting things. I'm huge on this. So I was nothing happened by accident. Everything I have, it happened by my focus on it, by my work done, by my manifesting it, by putting like into visualization, into work, like into like it's a work. So like Vogue cover, for example, it just didn't happen by accident. It because I wanted that. I visualized that. I really like was dreaming about it, and it happened. It wasn't just like by accident. So when I was literally looking at this cover for the first time. It's my Vogue cover, my first Vogue cover, and I was holding it in my hands, and I remember this feeling. It's a special feeling, like of yay, I made it, but at the same time, the sky is the limit. It's just a beginning.
Yes. How old were you?
It was 4 years ago. The
Wow,
Vogue
that's
cover, yeah, yeah. Like it was 2021, like 4 years ago.
that is a beautiful time. I will share with you though, my first magazine cover happened by accident. It was the cover of E-Pregnancy magazine.
Ooh,
And I was,
pregnancy.
I know, right? I was pregnant with twins. I'd never been on a cover. I always dreamed of that. But you do have to have a certain, the funny thing about modeling, unless you become a famous actress, you do need to have a height and a look and an energy and a drive. It does not happen by accident. And I've come to learn that. But in this particular case, I turned to my assistant and I said, see if we can just get like a little article. I'm enjoying my pregnancy. I'm 42 years old. And she calls me back and said, they want you to test for the cover. I did not know what that meant. And I hope you'll appreciate this, but I walked in. I was as round. I gave birth to two 7-pound twins. I was as round as I am tall, 65 inches around, 65 inches tall, or 66 inches. And I walked in, and there were two beautiful 5'11 models who had like little bumps on their belly. And they were like very pregnant, but they looked very tiny. And I walk in with this giant belly. I put it on the table and I'm like, okay, where am I supposed to stand? And I'm thinking, there's no way this is going to happen. And they just fell in love with the story. And it ended up being the cover and a
Wow.
six-page spread and these beautiful, just a beautiful way to start my family. So
Wow.
I'm honored to do that. And now I need to get a Vogue cover. I have to become famous enough that they want me. I think they put,
Amen.
I mean, they put like Martha Stewart on the cover. I think I can do that.
Of course you can do it. Everything is possible.
What do
Especially
you,
now, everything is possible.
well, what do you tell little girls who look up to you and want to be models?
Just go for it. Be brave enough. It doesn't matter how if someone even if you're not like standard model standard even because industry is changing so much, right? And
Right?
right now it's drastically changing. It's you can if you even if you're not that tall or if you like if you're different age, different this. It's so different right now. It's so much easier to be a big star, I think, right now, than ever before.
I watched Lizzo at the Academy Awards. I think she's dropped over 100 pounds and was an interesting conversation because when she was larger, she also embraced who she was back then. How do
Mhm.
you define the word beauty?
Beauty comes from breathing. Beauty is in the fire in your eyes when you are driven, when you're in love with your life, in love with life itself, and then you are just, that you have that fire about you. When you look at you, just it's all about energy, and you like you have that star quality. You have that energy, and I think when you're driven and you're ambitious, that's what really, people fall in love with that.
Would you say that you're a good business person?
Uh, I I would say that I'm more on creative side.
Okay, that's very valid. But well, but you could because to be successful in today's world is very different than it was back then. Because now you also represent a lot of amazing brands. Do
Yes.
you get your own deals? Do you rely on someone to bring them to you? How do you manage that?
It happens from all different sources. Some of them I secure myself because it's all about how I communicate and it's all about people. And in the end of the day, people decide everything. It's all about communication. So it's all about how you talk to people, how you can like present yourself and seal the deal, right? But at the same time, I have a big team who is an amazing team of professionals who I rely on, and they do it for me too. So it's kind of everything.
What is it like to deal with high-end brands? You do, I mean, you do high-end. You do Louis Vuitton, you do Dior, you do Fendi. Those are some pretty massive names. And before we go on, I'm going to share a goofy little story because I don't come from any money. And I had a dream of what must it be like to be rich. That was one of the things you watch a lot of TV when you're a kid, in my case. And one day I was working for a billionaire. I was her assistant, just learning. And we're in the car, and she turns to me, and this is in the early 80s, and she
Okay.
says, "You need to get Louis Vuitton out of the trunk." I looked at her and I said, "Excuse me, who's Louis Vuitton?" She's like, she's like,
I
"Oh my
love
God." She's like, "You'll learn." I'm like, "I guess I will."
that.
And of course I did.
That's an amazing story. I love that.
Definitely an innocence at that time. Are the people at that level nice? Are they stuffy? Or how would you describe? Because I have no idea at that level what the people who decide brand culture might be like.
There are different people, as in any industry, to be honest. They can be stiff, they can be tough, um, they can be very nice, surprising, very nice. So it's all kind of people.
It's
Like,
funny, right? We see Deborah Rose Prada and we're like, what are they really like?
yeah. It's like it's different, to be honest. I can't say like, oh, just this or that. All kind of people, all kind of. So, but I was lucky enough to deal with only nice people, I would say. Like they're really nice and they're really caring and like super fun to be around, super pleasure. It was a pleasure to work with them.
Good.
I
I
had
love
good,
hearing. Now
yeah.
you're in Paris. What are you doing in Paris?
Paris Fashion Week.
Oh my gosh. Are you walking in shows? Are you attending shows? What are you doing?
I'm attending the shows. This season, I'm attending the shows, I'm attending the events, and I just got back from LA. It was the Oscars in LA. So my schedule was like this. I was in Milan for Milan Fashion Week, and then I went to LA for the Oscars, and I just flew in yesterday for Paris Fashion Week.
I love that. I used to live in LA and do the Oscars all the time. Whose party did you get to attend?
Elton John.
Ah, the best. Congratulations.
It
That
was
must have been
fun.
fun. Who did you get to see that surprised you or delighted you?
I I saw many people like Donatella Versace. She's super nice, super sweet, squared. I mean, everyone so many stars. Like was star studded. Like everyone was in the room was someone.
Well,
Uh,
it's funny because I love making stories. So, for example, I did this Spago party many, many, many years ago, and John Voight, who had won an Oscar himself, was in the room when they announced his daughter was the winner of Angelina Jolie. She won for that movie. And I watched his reaction. I thought that was a very special moment because it was so touching.
what was his reaction like?
It was just this proud papa. I think he was standing there crying. He was just, I don't really know their whole relationship, but I watched, he was wearing one of those beautiful white silk like scarves and he looked elegant. And then they called her name and I happened to have an eye shot of him and he was just like, just delighted, just delighted. I
I
thought it
love
was
that.
my favorite. My other favorite moment, because I collect moments, you're going to love this. I'm 16 years old and I really want to, I end up at the Academy Awards because a friend of mine from high school got us tickets. And back then,
Wow.
I know, right?
Wow.
16.
It's like, oh my God, that's amazing. For the ceremony.
Yeah, I literally at the event.
Wow.
So at
Wow.
Oh, I know. So one of the things they used to do, they don't do this the same, but maybe they do, but it was always the best Oscar for the female, male, and picture with the last three. And they used to have a bathroom break before that. So I was in the rafters. I scooted downstairs to the front floor, and when the doors open, I snuck inside and I'm watching this. I'm standing there next to Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. I'm standing next to Sylvester Stallone and Woody Allen had won. Fred Astaire was still alive. But for me, Saturday Night Fever had just come out. And John Travolta is standing against the door. He's very young. He's wearing his beautiful suit, and I'm just staring. And this walks up behind me. She puts her hand on my back, and she's like, "Do you want to meet him?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh, uh-huh." And I get pushed right up to him, and I look at him, and I guess I've only seen him in the movies, bigger than life. And he's like, he looked at me, and he's like, I said, "Could I give you a kiss?" And
Oh my God.
I know, I gave him the sweetest little kiss. Well, funny enough, 15 years later, I'm at the premiere of Look Who's Talking, and he's there. And I know the director at this point. And I walked up to him and I'm like, "You probably don't remember meeting me, but you've left quite an impression. I asked you if I could give you a kiss." And he's like, "Would you like another one?" And I thought, I love this. I love this.
Oh, I love that. That's a great story.
My funniest little stories. Now you have transitioned. You're now acting. Tell me, you wanted to be an actress when you were younger, and you're doing it.
Yeah, that's true. I've
Tell
been
me about
acting for 14 years.
really.
Yeah, 14
Now,
years.
were you just nominated for an award?
I no, I was nominated and won the award. It was 2 years ago, I think, in Paris. It was International Film Festival, and I won a Breakthrough of the Year and the Best Leading Actress. But it was like 2 years ago in December.
It still stands. And what was the picture that we can look for?
It's called Kazakh Lessons from Kazakhstan, yeah, with Yermek Shinarbayev as a director.
I love this. And what was your character like?
She was that kind of mm, she comes from a big money, she comes from a rich family, and she falls in love with a guy who's like who doesn't have with a poor guy, and the whole story. But he has his wife, and she's pregnant right now at this point. So the whole like love triangle, and then that's like drama involved in that.
How very exciting and wonderful. Now, are you in love?
I am, yeah, I'm in love.
I love that. What does he do?
He is in oil business. He is from California. We just got married, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I missed the memo. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, yeah, we haven't published it yet, but yeah, it's gonna be out soon.
Oh, I love hearing this. How did you meet him?
At the Billie Eilish concert.
Seriously? I've never met anyone at a concert. How did you meet someone at a concert?
I know, right? Yeah, it's a beautiful story. Now she's my favorite singer.
Well, all right, so no, give me some insight. Come on, you just see him across the room where he walks up to you. Come on, give me some insight.
No, so my friend, so what happened? So it was like a day I was working out. I had nothing special to do. And then my friend calls me and she was like, do you want to go to a Billie Eilish concert? I was like, when? She's like, in an hour. So I was like, okay, thank you. Thank you for heads up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would love to go. She's one of my favorite singers. So yes, I said yes. And then she picks me up and so he is a friend of my friend, and he had extra tickets, and he offered my friend, and so I wasn't her for choice. Another girl canceled on her last minute, so she called me.
Talk about manifesting. Was it love at first sight?
It was because I literally like 2 weeks before I manifested him, I wrote on in a journal. I journal a lot. So I journaled. I was like, oh, I want a guy. He is a blonde, blue eyes, 6'3" or 6'4". He's from California. He does this. He's a business owner. Like put all this stuff. And then I asked him, I was like, how tall are you? He says 6'3" or 6'4".
Oh my God, he did not. Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So I like universe was telling me if you don't know at this point what you want, no one knows. So if you're saying like 6'3" or 6'4", universe will deliver it like that 6'3" or 6'4". So
that is so perfect. We have about 2.5 minutes before my first break. We're gonna take one quick break and we'll come back. You know, it's very funny because you met my man the night of the award show that we did, the Influence Award, because we had just flown in from an event. My luggage was sent to a different city. And I
oh,
showed up to that event. I don't know if you know this, with my hair slicked back and in like not a jumpsuit, but something like that, because I had no dress, I had no clothes. And so my girlfriend calls it, I just picked up your luggage, meet me in the bathroom of the hotel in Miami. I run to the bathroom, I get all dressed up, I get all dolled up, I walk out, and you had just announced the award. And Joshua, who's very shy, gets up on stage, gets my bouquet of flowers, gets my award. And I walk in, he's like, I'm like, honey, what are you doing? He's like, you won, but you weren't here. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And that's when I think I waved you guys going, wait, I'm here. Can I just pop up on stage? And you were so gracious. Like, yes, come on up and accept your award.
oh my God, it's a great story. I love
Oh,
that.
I know. Believe me, I have two very different looks on that red carpet. One is like a drowned pussycat, and the other is rather glamorous. Right, so when we come back, Zarina has over 1 million fans on Instagram. We're going to find out the secret to her success, what she would tell somebody who wants to pursue these kind of careers. And then one of my favorite, she's been to some of the top events in the world. I want to hear a little more behind the scenes. So you're listening to the Forbes Factor with my beautiful, beautiful special guest, Zarina. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this message.
All clear. Back in two.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. What time is it where you are?
Let me see. I think it's 9 p.m. 8:30.
You look absolutely stunning tonight, by the way. I'm so excited about you. I want to see a picture of your man.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, he's here actually. He's just
He's on the,
he's
he's,
jet lagged. He is right here in the room. He's listening to us.
well, then you need to give her a big kiss. By the way, so I have fun news. My husband is a professional bodybuilder, and
Uh-huh.
I entered the Arnold competition. I've been in two fitness competitions this year because we were in a really bad car accident, and I decided to get super fit. And I have a medal. I just won a medal in the Arnold
Oh,
competition. I know,
wow.
in a bikini on stage. And the big,
What?
I,
Wow, that's amazing. Congrats.
well, the biggest part of that is I turn 65 next month.
Oh, yay. That's
I
amazing.
know, right? So I'm very grateful for all that's happened and the way it happened and that we're still here. We were in Iceland and it was a very bad car accident.
Oh
So
no.
I am very grateful for still continuing on.
I love that. It's
Now
beautiful.
our baby, and I'm only asking this, we're not on the show. Our babies in your future?
I don't know. Maybe just I don't know. Maybe someday and a surrogate.
You know, just so you know, I raised a foster kid for 12 years.
Hmm.
And I have two, unfortunately, he was murdered. It's a very long story that happened in my life, yes, when he was 19 years old. But I have two 22-year-old twins. And just from someone who lives a very active life, I will tell you the best part of my life, as much as I love my husband, is the babies. They're 22 now, they're not babies, but it's pretty special.
Oh, cute.
I don't know why I felt compelled to tell you that, but someone from the universe wanted me to let you know that, you
Okay,
know,
sounds good.
someone this beautiful inside and out deserves to raise other amazing human beings.
Sorry, interrupt. Coming back in 15 seconds.
Cool. Is there also anything that you would like me to drive to that people should go to? We're very popular.
I don't know. Like I'm working on two movies right now, like my projects, and then we're gonna talk. Yeah, I don't know, just like whatever you want, whatever you feel like.
Excellent. All right.
Are you ready for your counting?
Of course I am.
All right, coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back from Paris. Okay, I'm not in Paris, but Zarina is. It's 9 p.m. there. I'm sitting here in Tampa, Florida, where it's about 85 degrees and it's already hot. Crazy is that? What's the weather like in Paris?
It's very nice. I think I don't know what's in Cel I don't know in Fahrenheit. It's 15 in Celsius.
Now, right. Now, I think that's warm. Now, my
It's
girl,
warm, it's warm.
you've lived all around the world. Tell me one of your favorite spots.
Paris.
Why?
I love Paris for architecture, for it has this vibe. It has this beautiful energy about it. It's very chic and elegant and very like sophisticated. I'm in love with Paris. Just I love it so much.
I love, love, love that. It definitely, I've been there. I've been to Rome. I've been to New York City. I've not been to Kazakhstan. I think that would be fun to go visit. And I'm Ukrainian by birth, and apparently they've blown up my country, so I'm sorry to go see it. Have you been to Ukraine?
I've been actually my first as my second modeling job was in Ukraine.
Oh, interesting. It's my heritage, and I would love to see it. All right. So, as you're building this beautiful career and now moving into making movies and really establishing yourself, I'm going to take a little peek here. If you're listening to me as a podcast, you won't see this, but I highly recommend that you pop over to Instagram and Zarina Yeva, Yeva. My girl, you have 1.5 million followers. How does that feel when you look at this?
Um, it feels great.
Look at this. Oh, no, but I'm going to do a little look at this beautiful dress. This was the Venice Film Festival.
It was, yes, last
She's
year.
wearing this unbelievable. How do you sit down in that? This gorgeous black dress. You just look like the epitome of everything every little girl's ever dreamed of.
Thank you. It's a gorgeous dress. Yes, I love this dress. It was really hard to wear because it was very heavy at that time, but you have this adrenaline rush, so you don't really care about it. You don't notice that.
I would imagine. So for the rest of us who haven't necessarily walked at this level, do people give you these dresses? Do you make deals with designers? How does that typically work?
So I have my stylist. He works on all my looks and he works with brands. And then, yeah, this is a Fendi campaign for Kazakhstan.
I love this. You guys have got to come take a look at her account because there she is looking beautiful, getting ready with the Oscars. Look at you. Now, so you look stunning. How hard is it to look all put together? How much work does it take? I mean, I see a lot of names here, the shoes, the jewelry, the stylist, the nails, the prep. What is it really like behind the scenes?
Oh, it's a lot of work. It's a nonstop work 24/7. Work
Yeah.
never ends. Yeah. It's always work, work, work.
Isn't that funny? See, it doesn't look like work. It looks like amazingly glamorous. Tell me there's fun inside of this work. What part do you love the best?
I love the shows. I love attending the shows. I love shooting campaigns. I love working with brands, especially like Fendi. It was a pleasure. This is Gucci event in Milan. This is Aloe. So the movie premieres. I love movie premieres. So workouts, of course, like skin prep, nails, everything. It's a part of the look.
Ah,
Nonstop.
and there you are in the gym. All right, so let's have a little
Yeah.
conversation. You look great. How hard is it to maintain? Do you work hard to maintain the look? I mean, I'm looking at you and one of the guys, and you have to know this if you're not watching this on YouTube, that she is doing a full-on amazing workout, which just proves that everyone does this. Tell me about your workout routines.
So I do weights like two times a week, and I have a personal trainer. I do Pilates every single day, and yoga and running and walking. So it's yeah, it's a lot of workouts.
Well, because it's important. Are you naturally thin?
No,
Oh,
if I wouldn't do workout, yeah. No, I'm not. I was a chubby baby my whole like when I was a baby, I was very chubby, and then I was when I was a teenager, I was also like a little bit overweight. I would say not. Yeah, I was overweight, and so I had like cheeks and stuff. But then when I wanted to be a model and I took it seriously, the owner of the agency she discovered me, she told me, oh, you need to lose a little bit of weight because you're like, it was like size M, medium size. It's still not bad, but it's medium size, but it needs to be size XS, like extra small or small. And I worked hard for it. So I worked out every single day for 5 hours. So there were the days when I was working out for 5 hours every single day just to be, to be skinny and to be on the shows. And I did that. And after that, I just maintained that. But it's not never was easy. It's not like if I wouldn't do anything, I would be back to medium and large size, to be honest, again.
Do you know how much more we all love you right now? I mean, and I know I have friends who are naturally thin. They're like, oh, you don't want this. And I guess we always want what you don't have. But the fact is that you work for it gives the rest of us hope. Yes? What now, when you
Yes.
travel, how hard is it to maintain your schedule?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm always jet lagged because I travel like every week somewhere here and there, here and there. But at this point, I don't even feel it because it's like, so yesterday I was in LA. 4 days ago, I was in Milan. Now I'm in Paris. So it's always traveling. So at this point, I don't even know what's going on. So
How do you feel responsible to your Instagram fans to keep them up with what's going on? Like,
yeah.
you feel a need to tell them and keep them, that's just a lot of people. And I always talk to people who have more than 1 million followers. What a great honor, but a great responsibility because that many people want to know about you. Um, do
Yes.
do you calculate that with a team or do you just do what comes naturally? How do you maintain that kind of an account?
So I do what comes naturally. I always share, but it's just I don't look at it as a job. I just love the whole process. I just love doing content. I love creating a content or the photo shoots. It's just what I love. So I don't feel obligated to post. I don't feel like it's a job. I'm enjoying the process. I really
And
love it.
so, all right, so now you're jet lagged, you're traveling around, which looks
Yeah.
glamorous, but it's got to be tiring. Do you have a secret that you do? Obviously, working out is one of them. Yes, you said Pilates and yoga every day.
Yeah.
So do you
When I'm
wait?
at home, when I'm at home, when I have my routine, when I'm in New York or LA, but it's not possible when I'm traveling.
I know. And the other question is, how do you maintain such an elegance? These parties are late at night. There's lots of drinking. There's lots of partying and dancing. And how do you manage to balance all of this for you?
Well, the secret is I don't drink. I think that's the secret. Because if I would be drinking, I would like I don't I don't drink, and that's it's a whole different story, because I would be just like if I would be drinking the next day, I would be like puffy or this or that. I wouldn't be feeling great. So I think this is a secret.
I love that you said that. I don't drink either, and I haven't since I was 19 years old. And I do believe it is one of the secrets. You glow. Your face is so beautiful. What do you recommend skincare wise?
I love vitamin C for sure. It's for a glow. Any company, like any good brand is fine. Like it's hard to like it's any vitamin C is good. I also do Korean sheet masks all the time, like or like patches, eye patches. It's all the time, especially when I fly. I always put it on my skin to hydrate. Um, Honestly, I think the most important part is comes from emotions, because emotions and stress, that what gives us that, like the problems with the skin, or like acne or this or that. So I think to be around the right people who don't stress you, to be around to be with your like really good people around, to not don't stress about just trust the process. So the process of life, you just gotta trust the process. I know there's so many things I want right this second, but not everything comes to fruition right away. So just be more like let go and let God. Like this kind of principle is my favorite. So, and it immediately shows on your face when you're very stiff and tough. You all the wrinkles, it's a whole different face. And when I'm more like relaxed and just like trusting the process and enjoying the life, it's a beautiful face and more smiley. It's a different energy. So I think it's everything comes from within.
I love that you have such a beautiful, positive spirit. Has there been a time though when it's been really, really tough? Have you ever been really down?
Sure. I think, from all the down moments when we feel like it's the end of the world, it's the worst point of my life. From that comes something really beautiful, like the lotus flowers. The lotus, grows only from a dirt and from a mud. So if you have something like breaking and something like really bad in life, and we overcome that, we became that beautiful lotus flower, and we blow and just like be beautiful and bloom. That's how we grow as a spirit, as a human being, as a soul. That's how we evolve and evaluate, and that's how we grow. So it was so many bad moments in my life, especially since I moved to the United States, because it's a whole different country. It's a whole different mentality. It was super hard on me. There were so many people who betrayed me, who were like just very unfair, and I lost a lot of money on that, and just lost faith in humanity so many times. But then we grow, we evaluate, we just evolve, and we just become better people, and that's how the life is.
And again, I love hearing that. Again, people are continuing to fall in love with you. And now I see why you have so many followers, because you are just so deep and so wonderful. Who's been a role model in your life?
My grandmother.
Tell me about her.
She is my role model. She is the one who raised me up when I was a little kid. So my mom was working, and my grandparents they were raising me up when I was a little kid, and she was just amazing. She passed away, but she is my role model. She was a true essence of the beauty of inside and outside. She is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my whole life. I've never seen her without a makeup. She was always with a makeup, and always so gorgeous and beautiful. So, and just a beautiful human being. Like, she was just amazing. Like, I don't know, I can't even explain. She so kind, so hardworking, so beautiful.
What was her name?
Myra.
And you can feel her around you. You really
Yeah,
can.
she's an angel. Yeah, for
Very,
sure.
very special. Now, again, we talk about beauty and brains. You have degrees in acting. You have a master's in acting. You're not just like, I just want to do this. So I'm just, again, in awe. It's a unique combination that you have a bachelor's in finance
Yes.
and a master's in acting. Explain those choices to me.
Well, for my family, they wanted something serious, as I told you before. So they didn't feel like modeling and acting is a job at all. So I had to have a bachelor's degree in finance just to show them, to prove them that, this is something serious and, that I can be something serious, brains, and I had a bachelor's degree and I was number one in the whole, like it was 120 students and it was number one between all of them from GPA. It was number one GPA. So I did that. I showed that I can do this, but then I switched to modeling. I was still doing modeling and acting, and I just never got back to finance ever again.
I but if as you're making money, the finances is in the background. Who as an actress is a role model hero in terms of their career or who they are as a person? Who do you admire?
I love Meryl Streep. I admire um, Kate Blanchett so much. She is amazing.
Is she?
Um, yeah, she's amazing. Um,
So that's a very profound role model.
yeah, she is like so I don't know, it's just so many actresses I admire. Oh my God, Audrey Hepburn, I love her so much. She is my role model. She's amazing. Grace Kelly, an epitome of elegance and just like how she's feminine and beautiful and gorgeous. Nicole Kidman is amazing. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh, Excellent choices. All also very tall, beautiful women to manage to find their way in this world and play a range of characters. Absolutely spectacular. Is there a director whose work that you admire that we can put out to the universe that you'd like to work with?
Pedro Almodovar. Pedro
Yeah.
Almodovar, I would love to work with him. He just nominated for he was nominated for the Oscars, I think, last year. So I would love to work with him. I would love to work with Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. Yeah, so all these three names, I would love to.
We have
Manifesting.
very similar taste in superstars. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So talk about what's coming up. Number one, how do people find you? What do you want them to reach out to you?
I'm on all platforms, mainly Instagram, also Snapchat and TikTok and YouTube. So yeah, Zarina Yeva everywhere.
I love that. And coming up, if you could wave a magic wand right now, forget the actual projects you're working on, what would be the ideal project you think that you would love to be a part of?
So I'm working on my own movie right now, which I'm producing, and I'm a leading actress. So I'm manifesting, if I've had a magical wand, I'm manifesting this movie is done and it's nominated for the Oscars and it's a premiere I would love to do in Cannes Film Festival.
Which I have never been to. Okay, we have a little bit of time. Explain to me, what is it like to attend that festival?
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's so special. It's very special. It's so different from Venice. Venice is very special by itself too. You gotta go. Have you been to Venice?
I have not been to either one of them. I'm there. No,
Ah.
in fact, that's on my bucket list. That's why we're talking here, my girl.
Amen to that. No, it's amazing. Both of them, they're so different. It's the Venice is a special, it's very Italian way. Kansas is very French way. And it's amazing. You can see all the biggest stars, like so Croisette, La Croisette, it's the street on the Cannes Film Festival. So it's little tiny street like that. So all the biggest stars, biggest celebrities, and everyone you need to know in an industry for directors, casting directors, like producers, it's all in one spot. So it's really easy to build relationships or to find someone you need to find to talk to someone who you want to talk to for a long time. For example, I was just walking into the bathroom and casually, just like Kate Blanchett was coming out of the bathroom and just stuff like that. So all these celebrities and stars and people in the industry are all in one spot for like 10 days. So it's an easy way to talk to people or to build a relationship. And Venice is special because it's like there are no cars, and then you have to have a boat to all this to move around, and it's very chic and it's beautiful, like very.
Now, you said you just got you with your man. Is he gonna enjoy going to all of these events as well, do you think?
Yeah, sure, he loves it. Yeah.
No, because that's interesting because my ex never went to any of these things with me, and now I'm loving going with my new husband. It makes a very big difference to have that partner with you, yes?
Yes, for sure. I love when he attends it with me. He doesn't like it all the time. He was like he's like he attends only like 50% of what but it makes a big difference for sure.
It's probably a very grounding thing for the two of you. All right, in the last few minutes that we have, if you had to pick out on one food, what would it be?
Sushi. I love
Oh,
sushi.
come on, that chocolate covered sushi, at least. No. What is your favorite sushi?
Like any like tuna, shrimps, I don't know, spicy tuna is my favorite actually.
Oh, that is just so funny. Okay, favorite restaurant anywhere in the world.
Uh, it's in Paris, but I don't remember the name. There's something French name. Oh my God, I don't remember the name, but it's a French cuisine for sure. I love escargot. I love French onion soup. Like it's my favorite.
You are just so fun. All right, Christmas present coming up. What would you like to get for Christmas?
A new car.
But okay, hey, you're allowed to do that with a big giant bow on it. What kind of car is it?
Range Rover.
There you go. All right, so I'm sure I know your husband's in the room. He heard that. What color was it? So, come on, what color?
Black on black. Yeah, black on black.
I love that. And favorite vacation spot where you can get away from it all and just be you.
Mexico, Sayulita. It's where we got married. It's a small little village. It's like not very touristy, but it's so pretty, so beautiful.
Okay, which
And
coast? I've never heard of this. I've lived in Mexico, East or West Coast.
I don't know it's by close to Puerto Vallarta.
Okay, because I am going there. I'm heading off to Puerto Vallarta
When?
on the 1st of April. So Celita, sorry, I'm gonna have to look for this. Yes, I'm booking
Yeah,
my flight.
Sayulita.
All right, well, that's excellent. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you on so many levels. Anything else that you would just like to share with us?
Well, just believe in yourself, everything is possible. And world is like it's so easy to manifest things. It's just so easy. Like it's not that hard. It's not, I mean, if you work towards it, it's you make actions. And I don't know the word no. I just don't get it. When someone says no to me, I just feel like it's not the right person. I just go to another one. It's not the right person. I'll go to another one. It doesn't mean like I'm bad or I'm this or I'm that. I don't take anything personal and just keep moving forward. So the best advice is just keep moving forward. Just keep going, not this person, another one, another one, another one, another one, and that's just going to work out.
Do you know I interview hundreds and hundreds of people, and I've never heard anyone say it the way you just said it. And I believe I redefined the word no to mean never-ending opportunity. But there are times when no definitely stings. How do you deal with rejection when it comes?
Oh my God, I face with my rejections every single day. Rejections is a part of my life. It's 99% is rejections. It's rejections, no, 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 in my whole life. And then 1% that says yes, that all you see, it's a Vogue cover, it's the Golden Globes, it's the Oscars, it's a 1%. So in order to get that 1%, I need to proceed to like, to leave all this 99% of rejection. So I just don't respond to it. I just don't, it just, I don't know, I just keep going. I never take it personally. I don't know what no means. I just know if they say no, I was like, oh, rejection. Oh, let's find another person. Let's find who else can help us. Who else? I don't ever sit and feel, oh my God, they rejected me or what I'm gonna do now. I just don't think about it. I don't spend time on that. I just keep going.
Do you know what? People often say to me, Forbes, I hear your voice in my ears when they do things because I am so positive. Zarina, I think I'm going to hear your voice in my ears because
I
I'm
love
so
that.
damn inspired by this. Hey, Joshua, come here. Come say hi to Zarina. Last time you saw her, right before we go, you were on stage getting my award, and I believe she gave it to you. Joshua just got finished with his Arnold competition, and Zarina, he doesn't own a shirt. Come here for a second. It's a little
Oh
embarrassing.
my God. I
Hello.
see why you got an award. Amazing.
So
The
she
connection,
was
yeah.
the beautiful tall girl at getting the influence award that you picked up for me on
Oh,
stage
okay.
in Miami.
Very cool.
And her new husband is in their Paris hotel room. Show me your husband. Come on, we have to trade with him.
No, yeah.
Oh, is he being
You know,
shy? I'm not even wearing a shirt. Oh my gosh. You sure?
Yeah.
Nice seeing you again.
Baby.
Good seeing you.
We just say it's hot in Florida, or he outgrew all of his shirts. All right. So to your beautiful man, what is your man's first name? Your husband,
Michael.
Michael, I want to tell you, you've got the catch.
Michael.
Michael, you have the catch of a lifetime. She is not only beautiful on the outside, and I know you know this, but I am very proud to call her a friend. I appreciate you spending this hour with me. I know it's late where you are, and you are just, I had no idea truly how special you are. But between the word manifesting, you deserve all the accolades and so much more. I'm going to root for you in your movies and all that you do in life. And from now on, every time any of us hears the word no, I want you to think of this beautiful, statuesque woman going, who cares? I deal with 99% of rejection, and look what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Guys, you want to look her up on Instagram, become one of the 1.5, soon to be 2 million fans who follow this gorgeous woman around the globe. And my girl, till next time I get to give you a hug, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure. I miss you already. Can't wait to see you.
I know, I know. Big, big, big hug. All right, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night. You are just too beautiful and too special.
Okay,
Bye-bye,
thank
my
you.
girl.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, you guys, what a phenomenal treat. I'll see you guys again next time on the Forbes Factor. Thanks so much for watching. We're out of time.